終焉のビルシュ、エラーサルベーション。
Virche is a really hard one. So yeah, I'm gonna on stream. I would just go in kind of blind. I don't actually am pretty blind to Virche. I don't know much about it. Besides the fact that apparently you have to get the bad endings to get the good endings. Yeah, playing all the bad endings first is always okay. So that's true. Then you have to play the bad endings first. I wonder who's gonna be my favorite. I actually don't know anything about the love interest either. I would just go. I don't do self-insert, so we could go with series. There is. Okay. Even if Tempest. I do have even if Tempest, so.
この国は死神に見入られている。
What a great start.
この国は死に敗北した国である。人々は呪いに抗わず死を繰り返し、終焉とともに生き続けることを選択した。死に愛され、死に呪われたこの国を。
I'm sorry, what does this remind me of, like, the Victorian era of England? You guys ever heard of Memento Moris? So Memento Moris was like, in Victorian England, they would, basically when someone died, they would take a picture of that person. Like the family would take a picture with a said person that died as if they were alive still, because that's like really, I think for most families, especially like middle class and below, that was the only time that they were able to afford actually getting like a professional picture done like that. I remember everyone should. Oh no, it's France. Oh, we're in France. That explains the title, but I wouldn't be surprised if other places did too. But like, it just when they talked about like embracing death and living alongside death, I feel like in Victorian England, from what I heard, because death was all around, especially they kind of just embraced it. It's just so wild to me. But I mean, this day and age of our, you know, the year of our good Lord, 2024. But I mean, it's true. Like, it is Memento Mori. Yeah, just look it up. Memento Mori, England.
嘲笑うのははるかに昔、呪いを振りまき姿を消した死神か、それとも。
Imagine if we got to date death. Oh my goodness. That sounds like a really good character today. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about how, like, you know, we have the personification of like a lot of You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. I'm sorry. It's just there's this one meme. I wish I could show it. I don't have it. I have to show it through my phone, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? Look, I think I could actually show it real quick. If I send it, but I have it on my phone, and I can send it to my iPad. I think I have my iPad screen up so you guys can like see what I mean by like, yeah, death could be. Where is it? I'm gonna send it to my iPad now. Okay. And hold on. Actually, I can just do this, right? No, wait. Okay, there we go. Give me like 2 seconds. like a month. I mean, a minute. Month. Oh my god. Okay. A second. Okay. But like, what I mean here, right? Okay, yeah, see, this is what I mean, right? Although, because the guy kind of looks like Death, right? Doesn't he? So, like, you know, I'm just thinking, Death can be hot too, you know? Especially these Atome games. You have, like, all kinds of men that they create. I'm so sorry. Limbs. Lurkers. Listen, I've been kind of out of it for the past like the weekend. I was playing a little Overwatch last night on my own, and I think I was kind of really out of it, kind of like matches because I was being delusional, thinking as support I feel like believe the DPS in the tank. Anyways, my point is, we live in a delusion. I live in a delusion of where I want to be catered to 2D men by 2D men, and I need to cool it. Okay, so I'm gonna take that off. Let's continue. Oh, under the laden sky, is that what it said? Yes. I sat alone in the field of black Lycris, surrounded by the symbol of death. Oh, my friend, Lycris would appreciate this. I don't even know what Lycris was until I met them, actually. In my weakened hand was a single dagger that I could barely grasp. I guess this is it. Is the text? I usually like to make the text come fast. Yeah. I can do fonts. Let's put this one on. Get an avatar on and off. Love display on and off. Yeah, that's fine. The words sparked my memory. I slowly began to recall the faces of the people I had killed thus far. Oh, we're a killer? Okay. Maybe I don't want the text to be like completely. Yeah, there we go. I like it when it comes a little bit across. The first. Of the many souls that were lost, was a young man of 18 years old who had been under the care of the Lord. I liked him. I thought of him as my own brother, one who would play with me whenever I wanted. This gentle soul did not receive death's blessing, and in the 6th month after our first meeting, first blood spewed from his dying lips. The second, this fairly young girl at the orphanage with whom I shared a room and befriended. She was far too young to be loved by death. One morning I awoke in the bed that we slept in together, only to discover a cold, breathless bride laying next to me with eyes rolled back and mouth agape. Before we get to the third, I'm like, I think this is the least cheery, like the most upsetting beginning to an Otome game I've ever come across. This is so depressing. The third, a sisterly young woman who stayed with me out of concern for the Raven girl who had lost 2 companions in such a short time. Fourth, friendly twins who fawned over me as though I was their own sister. worker at the orphanage who was unsettled by the sight of my isolated existence. The 6th. The 7th. The 8th. Oh my god, she's so... I really want to give her a hug. It's so sad. How many have I counted?
死神だ。
I shall, thank you.
あの娘は死神だ。あいつの周囲にいる人間はみんなこの国の呪いが身を蝕む前に殺される。あの火災も大量の死体もあいつが呪いによって引き起こし殺したものに違いない。
Yes, that may be so. Everything must be my fault. Even the instant in the back alley, I killed them with my powers of death. Who else could it be but the one responsible for the deaths of those who have come to me? I do wonder what's going on. Crimson light was more than enough to keep them focused. The hellish memories of my youth returned.
水ちょうだい。喉が焼けて苦しい。いや、この子だけでも。
The imagery surfaced in my mind as cold tears slid down my cheek. The memories of my own past death. But perhaps it was a nightmare to grieve the happiness I was not allowed in this life. I have the right to grieve. I positioned a dagger in my hand, a dagger that was his treasure, not mine. The cold light that gleamed from it felt to me like the warmth of a hearth. Point it to my neck. I can't let fear take hold of me now. With each passing day, I live as death. More lives were lost, wilting away and scattered like lifeless feathers. They wilted, they scattered, they went up in flames. I no longer bear it. Dear God, I have killed so many people. I accept I am a sinner. I have no right to live again. I straightened my grip on the hills of the dagger and stopped my hands from shaking. And the teardrop fell. I brought it toward me. The sharp metal sank into my throat. My vision turned a vivid red and I felt my body slowly collapse onto the bed of flowers. It's hard to breathe. Burning sensation in my throat flowed through my mouth in a stream of blood. You would paint the black lycras that symbol this land of deep red, returning them to their original color. The reddish tinge on black petals would not make much of a difference. It's as though the flowers beneath me were telling me that my death meant nothing. Oh, this poor girl. Alright. I just didn't want to speak too much during all of that because it was so strange to be mocked by a desolate field. My vision was getting darker. sinful life of death was nearing its end. I'm sorry. Please, don't forgive me. Please, if possible, please don't bring me back as that. I don't want to kill anymore. My only wish, if I was to be reborn, was to live life as a normal girl. Names I speak with my last breath. Didn't make it in time. Why has this happened? I won't accept this ending. The death that took her from me, the curse, and whoever was responsible. One day, killed them all. Parting from her fate to kill, chapter 1. Okay, so I think someone found this, huh?
この国は死神に見入られてい
My
る。
beloved, like,
この国は死に敗北した国である。
oh, deja vu.
人々は呪いに抗わず死を繰り返し、終焉とともに生き続けることを選択した。死神は今日も死に翻弄される人間たちを黒きリコリスの花畑であざけりながら見つめ続ける。
I think it was in Lycris. My fault. I still can't. I can barely say the title of this game. I don't know what you guys are expecting from me. Just like the black. Just like the black. I already forgot how to say it. Licorice? Yeah, just like the black licorice flowers. Many, many lives were scattering into the crimson light. Nightmare. Look, I kind of want to bring some joy, some like humor into this game because if I don't, I'm gonna be crying. I'm already just like dying on the inside from all I've seen. And apparently, we've already died before we even begun. I'm like, so we just automatically get a bad ending, huh? This game is wild. I'm like, what is going on? But it's so good. Sorry, the premise is so different. The point of the game is just death. It's just dying. Yeah, I mean, I have to get used to it. We're all gonna be dying. Liv, what did I get myself into? Oh no. The nightmare began to feel the flames. Humbling. This yesterday was a special place for smiling children, but I don't want to hear the children crying and screaming out again, please. You thought that when you played the film? Oh god. Oh god. Who are the sadistic writers who came up with this game and with the fan disc? Because I can't. Anyways, I was gonna say though, even though I'm suffering a ton, you know, lately I've been streaming games like Dead by Daylight and Overwatch, right? But I just needed a break from those two games, like. Oh my gosh, it still shows my ex. Honestly, my Twitter. I need to change that because I don't use like anymore. I mean, I only go on for news and stuff. But Blue Sky is where it's at. I don't think I have my bot is. Yeah. Lily says, yeah, I don't tweet anymore. Like something. Yeah, I do. that's why I'm glad. Like, even though this technically the stream is for the subathon, because of the subathon, I think I wouldn't mind putting Otome back into streaming. That's actually why I started this alternate channel that I had, because Otome wasn't really fitting the agenda of this channel. But I don't know. These days, I kind of don't care. That's why I switched one day to Otome. Yeah, I just need something different. And even though, like, a lot of people that follow me or come to my streams come for, like, either Dead by Daylight or Overwatch. Mainly Dead by Daylight, though. I just feel like it's, like, just nice to have a good break from them. Especially since I've been doing a lot with both of them lately, and it's just gets kind of tired. I need a break. And like I said, I've been missing playing Otome in the romance games. I even started picking up, once again, Love and Deep Space. I had that for a while, but I haven't really played until recently. I finally started moving through the story and getting stuck. That's with Otome, yeah, I basically did a lot of visual novels in the beginning, and then Otome. And then Otome is what really, I kind of almost wish I had stuck with just Otome, but I've met some really nice people thanks to playing Dead by Daylight and Overwatch. But yeah, it's just Otome is so small and so niche. You know, back to my roots, exactly. And I kind of miss it. I actually really did miss it, because it was just a simpler time back then, when I was just playing to play and streaming just to stream. Okay, let's see if we can go back to the screaming fire. Oh my god.
今死んだらみんなみたいに蘇れない
Boy with a bright, innocent smile who told me that my soup was delicious. Turned to look from party to burning from Link continued to reap the lives of those in my tiny world.
水
Why are they making us relive this again?
水
Could we just hear this?
ちょうだい
Or did we go
喉が
back in time?
焼けて苦しい
Because it sounds like whoever discovered her body basically sent us to the past again? I don't know. And no spoilers. I'm just trying to work things out on my own. I don't know what's happening. Some perish in the flames. Some were crushed by the falling debris from the house. One stood without motion, crying and praying over and over again. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Because I'm here. No point to my pathetic tears. They evaporate as soon as I shed them. The wall next to me groaned. Soon began to crumble and collapse in flames above me as though to take my life. With no strength left to run, I closed my eyes and knew that I would soon follow the others, so I turned to ash.
ダメだ
A shout jumped out of the crumbling wall. I heard the desperation in his voice. That alone was enough for me to understand that it was directed toward me. After all, the boy had jumped toward me. It was now enduring the flames and the suffering that should have befallen me. Who are you? Why are you?
め諦めちゃダメだ
The boy groaned in anguish as his face burned, but still he grabbed my hand with strength, doing his best to somehow lead me to the exit beyond the collapsed wall. The flames burning his flesh only grew.
熱い誰か助けた俺はいやこの子だけでも
I don't even want to read. I just want to continue going. Face was melting from the flames. He let out a horrific scream. And with that, the memory ended. I awoke with a silent scream. My body was drenched in sweat and I could feel my chest heaving with panting breath. I tried to calm myself, placing my hand over my heart. I felt it beating. I had not been burned, nor was I cold and lifeless, which meant... alive. Or was I alive? Just as I had finished uttering those words, another thought arose from within. I let out a sigh and looked around the room. Definitely my room. The images I saw were from my past. Nightmare. All the orphanages looked so similar that my dreams blended easily into reality. So, why did I dream about that? I think of what happened before I went to bed. I wonder if it's this thing that... No, stop saying. Just the thought of the worst happening makes me feel like it will come true. I gently shook my head to wake myself up and heard a light knocking on the... Okay, so we killed ourselves, but we didn't. Right? So we're in the past. Right? I think I'm starting to understand now. Wow, okay. Back to the roots in an entirely different way, too.
セレス
This, okay.
もう起きてる入っても構わないかしら
Oh yes, please come in. I still haven't had a chance to dress yet, but...
そんなこと気にしなくていいのに私とあなたの仲じゃないおはよう、セレス今日もとってもいい天気ね
You really need to hug. I do like her design so far, though. But I mean, the nun ain't so bad. Sorry. Let me not. This is a Christian channel. You know, we can't be lustful towards nuns, even though she's a very unconventional looking nun, but you know. Was I? Yeah. Although I doubt her personality is anything like She came in looking as beautiful as always, her habit swaying gracefully. Good morning, Sister Salome. What? Oh no, wait. I mean, good morning, Mother.
よろしい
Oh, we call her Mother now too, huh? Okay.
もういきなり昔の他人行儀な呼び方に戻ったものだから私が何かしちゃったかとびっくりしたわ
I'm sorry. I must have still been half asleep. Sister Salome, you mean Mother. It was 7 years ago after the events of my fairy dream. The founder of this orphanage took me in when I had nowhere else to go. Are you sure? She's like, okay, well, like how old she? Oh, her mother, but it's definitely not because of her age. All the children raised here, as well as those who have left to stand on their own, lovingly referred to as Mother. It was she who had instructed us to do so. My VTuber. No. My VTuber's I want to see what. Okay. The founder and matron of the orphanage where the heron lives. She's regarded as a mother by the orphans. Judging by her appearance alone, I would say she was around the same age as I was. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But in this country known as... Oh, Lord. Okay, I can see the French influence now. Arpachelle? I'm gonna say Arpachelle. But in this country known as Arpachelle, appearance was the least trusted of all. Then again, or strictly by physical age, no one of 23 years old or older existed. Mother, was there something you needed? A task for me to do right away?
ああそうそうそのためにあなたを起こしに来たのよ
Oh yeah, I heard that about this game too, is that apparently no one lives above the age of like, what, 23 is what they said? Wait, like everyone dies before then or something. I'm like, oh, this is certainly a game.
もしよかったらなのだけど、これから全員分の朝食を作るの。手伝ってくれないかしら。
Also, I'm 100% sure that boy with the burnt eye is that he's on the cover. Oh yeah, the cover's like right behind me. Now he's game. He's like the poster boy. Okay, his eye is not the guy in front. His eye doesn't look burnt, but that's only because it's covered by. I assume that's him. God, the men look so beautiful, but oh no, TJ, why did you come here? Why did you come and subject them to a romance game? Sing a song? Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting to sing a song, but you have any requests? But thank you for the raid. No, Hitman, don't. I mean, thank you for the follow. Because I have to just someone with the wonderful audience. Streaming. Yeah, so hi guys. I usually play Dead by Daylight or Overwatch, but today, thanks to my lovely subathon here, I'll show you from my birthday a few weeks back. If I got 2 subs, I would do an Otome stream, which is basically just romancing 2. it's a romance kind of game. And it's thanks to Titi Guy on our. Hello. Thank you for the follow. I love how my first instinct when you followed was no. To do a few unexpected errands for my mom's side, I can't say, oh no, it's okay. Oh, my elbow. You rating me is just, I appreciate it. I was asking if you have like any particular song you wanted me to sing. Or if since Century is here, she could also tell me a song since she wants to hear my karaoke so much. But yeah, this game that we're playing is a very... It's a romance game, but it's also very tragic. Apparently this girl is death incarnate because everyone around her seems to die. Any song will do? Oh lord, I don't know. What's a song I could do? I guess, because I can do anything from Japanese to Korean to English. Is there a song in particular that I've been like really into? Oh, just choose something you like? Okay. I don't know. There's too many songs. I guess one song that I've been particularly... Oh no, I can't say. Like kind of a duet. No. Sorry, I'm looking through Spotify to get suggestions. I sing my go-to song that I usually sing. Goes in the back. Okay, guys. Let's see. I don't usually do karaoke in the sense that you guy does it. I usually sing along with the song with the voice because apples, what in the world? Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted. Holy cow. Why? But I appreciate it. Oh my god. Okay, I did have that Halloween playlist that I had up. I'd sing that. But I didn't. No, let me not. Because there was like a couple of songs from that I didn't get to. Oh my goodness, Bunny's here. Oh yeah, I forgot Bunny was with TT guy. You know what? I was saying just for Bunny, I was like, what if I also, since we're doing a Tomei anyway, what if I play the little Love and Deep Space? Back to Virche or whatever call the game. You guys kind of missed in the raid. You guys kind of did miss the beginning, which is probably for the best because the beginning was very. This is actually a very. It's a Tomei game. It's a romance game, but it's also very depressing. Huh? My real response was not because I intended to refuse, but mother, it's just that aren't the children going to hate that idea?
そうね。あの子たちの嫌いな野菜ばかりをメインにしたら、全員一目散に逃げ出しちゃうかも。セレス、あなたの過去や気持ちを考えれば仕方のないことだと思うけど、あなたはちょっと自己嫌悪が人より強すぎると思うわ。少なくとも私は純粋にあなたの手料理を久しぶりに食べたいと思っているのに。
I see. Bye for saying such a thing so early in the morning. I'll help prepare breakfast. I just need a moment to change my clothes.
ええ、待ってるわ。
The kind of mother was, the more I despised myself while always responding with depressing thought. I mean, I can't really blame her. After what I saw, there were 16 people at the orphanage, including myself. The youngest here was 3 years old, the next oldest after me was 13. Unlike mother, the children here looked their age. As I ate silently next to mother, I listened to the children's lively
マム、
conversation.
すごい！今日のオムレツ、とっても美味しい！ふわふわのトロトロ。どうしちゃったの、マム？マムはいつもオムレツだけは焦がしちゃうのに。さあさあ、マムがオムレツを成功させるなんて一大事。明日は雨が降るかも。あらあら、失礼な子たちだわ。でも今日のオムレツが美味しいのは当然のことよ。だってそれを作ってくれたのは他でもないセレスだもの。あっ、
You know what the children heard those were? They suddenly stopped eating. I knew this would happen. The children were staring at me with a mixture of confusing and anxiety on their faces. There's a kindness that they did not look at me with hatred after having lived with me all this time. Which is why the look of fear in their eyes filled me with guilt. Suddenly, one of the boys who turned 13 this year quietly pushed back his chair and slowed up to leave.
どこへ行こうとしてるの？ミロ。食事中は用事がなければ途中で席を立たずに最後まで食べて挨拶をする。私が教えたマナーを忘れたかしら？
Mila was reprimanded by mother before sitting back down with a click of his tongue. He now sat quietly staring at the half-eaten omelet without any movement. Upon seeing mother's mouth begin to open again to reprimand him further, I gently tugged on her sleeve. It's alright, mother. It would have been better for them to know I was preparing the meal this morning anyway.
けれど。
My brows lowered somewhat as I put on a smile and shook my head. I decided to have ruined what should have been an enjoyable meal. With my apology in mind, I continued to smile in an effort to avoid worsening the mood. There's little meaning in having meals that you can't enjoy with a happy heart. I was not bothered by Milo's reaction. On the contrary, he gave the expected response. After all, no one would want to eat anything made by death. They were afraid. At the moment they accepted a meal from death's hand, they themselves would be next. I'm clicking my own tongue here. I don't know if you heard, but I'm just like, ugh. With that uncomfortable breakfast now over, I helped mother wash the dishes, drying them almost as quickly as she passed them to me.
もうミロったらすっかり反抗期になっちゃって。 あなたの手料理に関しては、私が何年も食べ続けて無害だと資料付きでちゃんと証明したのに。
Please don't worry. I'm just surprised and happy that most of them actually ate everything on their plates.
そうね。あの子たちもつい身構えてしまうだけで、根本的にはきっとあなたを慕っているはずだから。
I'm very lucky to be surrounded by such nice children. I think it'd be for the best if I stayed away from the kitchen for the time
セ
being.
レス、
I don't mean to avoid helping out. Consider it my way of volunteering to do any other work to make up for it. I'm your staff now, after all.
ならいいの。でもね、せめて明日の晩に振る舞う予定の3人分の料理だけでもまたあなたが作ってくれないかしら。
Why dinner for 3?
聞いて驚いてちょうだいね。実はゆうべ巡回で通りかかった自警団の人から伝言があって、あなたの大事なお兄様アドルフが明日の晩久しぶりに戻ってくるらしいの。
Oh wait, we have a brother?
あさっての巡回担当がこの区域らしいから止めてほしいんですって。
Really? At all? The news was so uplifting. I can't, guys. To be fair, I don't usually speak this much, and it's been a while since I've played this Otome game, and I forgot how worthy they are, and I have to speak every line. There's some Otomes where the heroine is voiced, so that lessens like the amount I have to read, but Christ. They're very few and far between. The news was so uplifting I momentarily forgot my natural reflex to appear strong. Oh, that's him, I guess. Although he used to live at the orphanage with us and he was now 21 years old. I used to often cry and look down on myself and he'd always be there to protect me. He was just like a real brother to me. I'm sorry, I'm so wary. I'm like, he's gonna die, isn't he? I hope he doesn't, but I just feel like it's coming. Since leaving the orphanage, she's now living alone. In Cohen, the communist district where we lived, he was the leader of the corps, which after district mainly inhabited by the commoners, with the largest population are Pichel. Are Pichel? That's probably what it's, you know, how you say that, right? Highest concentration of orphanages. And then a brother, foster brother, leader of the corps. Okay. Nice.
この間もあの子、北の空根を荒らしていた窃盗団相手に大取り物をしたらしいし、ここはあの子の活躍をお祝いするささやかな夕食会を3人で開きたいと思って。それならあなたも遠慮なく腕を振るうことができるでしょ。
Yes, if that's the case, then I'll make Adolph's favorite stew. Only a thought came to mind. Before that, has Adolph mentioned anything about his health? No, because of the curse. I know he's strong and probably doing fine, but I'm still worried. Not long ago, another man the same age as Adolph collapsed.
ああ、そのことね。それなら大丈夫。自警団の人に近況を尋ねてみたけれど、健康そのものですって。
Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, I don't think you do, unless you were here like way earlier. But apparently, where we live, most, if not all people, don't live past the age of like 23 or 20. I feel like a curse. Yes. So here at the back, okay, listen. This is the back cover, the little description of the back cover. A fate worse than death. A girl known as Death uncovers the mysteries that haunt the small island country where people are born with a curse that leads to death at age 23. Will they find salvation? Yeah, like everyone apparently dies in this place, in this little island that we live in, at age 23 or by 23. So apparently her brother only has like 2 years left to live at the age of 21. It's a little insane. We don't know what's happening. Yeah.
風邪をひくどころか咳一つ出ていないそうよ。
I see. That's good to hear. No one has was passed away. Evidently so, but we don't know. It's apparently a curse that's present along the whole island that we live in. And this girl seems to be like, I mean, she's literally known as Death because apparently a lot of people around her die. It was shown to us in the very beginning of the game, like when I first booted it up. She was literally making to kill herself. She actually did kill herself. Because as many as at least 7 to 8 people around her would die. Like one girl that used to share a room with her, one day she woke up in the bed that they shared and the girl was dead. Eyes wide open, mouth agape, everything. Then two twins that treated her like their own sister at the orphanage died. Another friend also died. So that's the thing. That's why that one kid, Milo, was acting really wary when didn't want to finish his omelet just now because once he found out she was the one who made it, she was like, oh nah. He was like, oh nah, I don't want to eat from Death's hand. So that's the thing. That's why I said I felt really bad for her. Lord, I've never heard of that.
それじゃあ早速今日のお仕事をお願いしてもいいかしら。
Absolutely. Should I clean first or tidy up the place? Or maybe calculate this month's expenses?
お掃除って2回も言った。あなたは本当にお掃除が好きなのね。
The dead birds. Oh no.
でも違うわ。今回は夕食会の材料を揃えるためのマルシェへの買い出しと
Virche.
セルネボルへの手紙のお使いをまたお願いしたいの。
They carried with me the shopping list and the letter given to me by my mother. The first destination was one of the marketplaces in Cohen that we call a Virche. They were similar in appearance to the others, but each one varied slightly in terms of stalls of goods offered. Because of the number of orphans nearby, bread and vegetables were plentiful here. People talking, asking for discounts, women chatting with one another.
あれお前の屋台なんか綺麗になってねえか昨日までボロボロだったのによ
クルーンの2人に直してもらったのさ。あいつらに頼まなかったら今頃買い直しで痛い出費になってたね。
ああ、あの二人か器用な奴らだよな。俺も前に生まれたばっかの子供の面倒を見てもらったよ。
Also, wait, I haven't forgotten about the fact I have to sing. I was sing when I closed the stream, okay? I feel bad for the people who were here in the beginning. Maybe they will come back. But yeah, there was a redeemed to sing a song, and I would sing a song when I'm closing out the stream. Apologies. Lightlock of the tail of it. Tail. With those spawn from the bells. Oh no, not TikTok. I mean, it's like dumpster fires. Honestly, I do enjoy a good dumpster fire. It's been a while since I've read a really bad story. So maybe I would skim through it. TikTok. Oh lord. I've heard TikTok has ruined many a novel, many a story. And yet some of them still get attention and even get published and even made into movies, some of them. I think even Wattpad was better. From what I've heard, I can't tell you because I've not been on the book side of TikTok, book talk as they call it, but you know.
そうそう、特にイブのやつはあの性格だろ。
Eve. That sounds like a familiar name.
だからつい1日で直してくれなんて無茶な注文しちまったよ。
A sequel. You see, that's what I'm talking about. People like it, I guess.
その無茶を実現しちまうから、あいつのお人よしぶりは恐ろしいよな。
I continue my search through the bustling crowd
No.
then.
おい、見ろよ。あの金髪の女、例の施設の
Oh god. Here come the gossiper.
死神だぜ。間違いない。あそこから出てくるの、久しぶりに見たな。
Let me just do my errands in peace, okay? Got the loud mouths here always. People enjoying their conversation suddenly stop chatting. The cold eyes turn
バ
toward
カ
me.
声がでけえ。目をつけられたら呪い殺されるぞ。呼吸は止められて窒息死するか、高熱が出て衰弱死するか、突然血ヘドを吐いて死ぬか。
いやいや、7年前のあの火災みたいに家ごと燃やされて焼け死ぬかもしれないぜ。
冗談じゃないわよ。私なんかまだ新しい体も用意していないのよ。不意打ちみたいに殺されて完全に死ぬのだけはごめんだわ。
聞けばあの養護施設でもちょくちょく体調を崩してるやつがいるようじゃないか。よく平気で居座れるよな。
I know I shouldn't resort to violence from the very start. But the way I wanted to dropkick all of them. All the hush whispers I could hear were clearly about me. I looked toward the gossipers, and as they met my eye, they quickly turned away with expressions of disgust and fear. Hello, I'd like to buy some things today. I too cannot escape the look. I forced myself to smile and appear unbothered by the situation. The familiar routine did not make me feel sad at all, just lonely. From the sight of dead stopping for food somehow struck fear into their hearts. They all watched me from afar with the usual suspicion. I feel pained for her. There's no secret. The soul of death dwelled in my body. My existence spread misfortune to others, often worse than death alone. There are some out there who laughed off the suspicious story at first. After hearing the details of my life, their laughter eventually subsided. After all, most who had become close to me for an extended period of time died an early death brought about by sudden accidents or severe illness. Which is why I'm referred to as Death, the Reaper, and other such names. There are two types of curses I have inflicted upon others. One was contracting an incurable illness of unknown origin after becoming close to me. The other was a particular curse that had happened only once before. The memory of flames were mine. The curse harbored inside me brought about that great fire. It was 7 years ago. At the start of my life, I had lost my parents immediately upon birth. Until the age of 11, I moved from one orphanage to another. My curse was evident even then, with many suspicious deaths occurring around me. Sometimes the founder would die, other times it was the children, but the facility itself would be destroyed. At first, everyone was sympathetic to my plight as an unlucky orphan, but as strange deaths continued to follow me, things slowly began to change. Soon, I was regarded as a bad omen and expelled from most places. I finally found myself at an orphanage that was well known and held in high esteem. Not only the adults, but the children were kind to everyone. They gave no heed to the rumors and treated me well without any hint of fear. They consoled me and understanding the grief of loss and loneliness that I had felt all my life. For long, I forgot that I was a source of misfortune and began to live a life in peace and harmony with everyone there. But one day, the happiness I had long sought suddenly came. It started in the room where I stayed, a room absent of any sources of fire. Out of nowhere, a light sparked through the room, followed by a snapping. Suddenly, there was an explosion. Flames that resulted quickly engulfed the facility. All the residents burned to death except for a young boy visiting the orphanage who managed to save me in the process. Fire had been born from nothing, killing the innocent curse of that. How could it be considered anything but a curse, misfortune, even witchcraft? With each fire and each new death from sickness and disease, I carried another sin upon my back, leading the people to refer to me as death. Didn't take long for everyone to follow suit. From then on, people threw stones at me. Without a place to go, the force to take my own life, I finally fell into despair. It was then that Adolphe and mother found me and brought me to the orphanage where I have stayed to this day. Yeah, you guys missed it in the very beginning. They were subjecting us to the children's screams from the fire, and I was just like, oh god. Jeez. Feel incredible gratitude toward them both. I finished my shopping with that thought in mind, making my way out the marsh chain toward my next stop to deliver the leather.
みんな忙しいところすまない
Industry plant, oh. Oh, okay, well, yeah, that makes
僕
sense.
の恋人が死んでしまったんだ遺体を運び出すのを手伝ってくれないか
What? I noticed when asked for help outside a nearby house. But the solemn nature of death, he spoke with the levity in his voice.
ああそういえばお嬢さんはそろそろ23歳だったがかなり長生きした方だよな
研究所の方に誓約書は提出しているか？それから遺伝子と記憶のバックアップも。
それはもちろんそのためにお金を2人で稼いできたんだからね
I was like, he sounds so casual about the fact that his girlfriend just died. But I remember that lady was talking about, one of the gossipers was talking about having a new body ready or something. So I'm guessing they have solutions to just dying so soon at 23.
さあ急ごう早く研究所まで遺体を持って行って
I guess starting a new
彼女のクローン体を作ってもらわないとだ
clone her, okay. Yeah, because I was just like, how do people then have children and live and blah blah blah? I guess we the people the people quickly got to work, familiar with what was a common routine to them. Minutes later, the body of the woman was carried away in a makeshift stretcher in a somewhat careless manner. Her face was left uncovered, and it felt strange to see them carry her away like a bundle of bones. I suppose the way everyone treats the dead differs. It's not particularly surprising. Both the casual reporting of death as well as the way they carried away the body. The process was considered normal here. I continued on my way to deliver mother's letter, walking the same direction as the body that was disappearing into the death. A thought came to mind. My man's girlfriend died just before she turned 23 years old. Incredible. It's quite a feat to live that long. Can you believe it? Saying it's incredible to live long to the age of 23. Holy cow. Maybe she's as healthy and strong as a doll. I just... Others thought my PNG's covering it, but I think it's just... Oh look, that's the island.
四方を海と黒いリコリスに囲まれた小国アルペシェール
No, it's called Virche. Virche.
この国で生まれ育った人
I
間
just
は
say Virche.
はるか昔この土地を司る死神が振りまいたという恐ろしい呪いにより長くとも23年しか生きることができない
Why this is important. First, the curse slowly ate away at one's lungs. Those of frail constitution usually had symptoms arise in early years. Once the person reached 20 years of age, and then suddenly fatigue and breathing difficulty. They reached 22, they succumbed to various ailments exhibiting more severe symptoms of aging. If a person somehow survived until 23 years old, they were on the brink of death, unable to even get out of bed. None made it to their next year. All met their end by vomiting blood and suffocating. Isn't that even a peaceful way to go? It's
万
just
人
like,
に等しくいびつな死が降り注ぐこの国を
I guess that makes sense. By that. An unfortunate state that keeps the people of Arpegel from living past 23. The mysterious curse is said to have been originated by death and age.
かつてただ一人この地に流れ着いた異国からの来訪者今は漂流者と呼ばれる多くの知識をもたらした一人の青年は恐れこう呼んだ
死神に見入られた国。
Yes, indeed. You have to tell us twice.
っていう言い伝えがこの国にあるのは君も知ってるよね。でね、なんでも噂だとクーネにいる一人の女性がとある事情でその死神本人の生まれ変わりや死神の使いと呼ばれていて、たくさんの人間から怖がられてるんだって。ねえ、僕の話ちゃんと聞いてる？
ええ、聞いていますよ、坊ちゃん。坊ちゃんは本当にそういった伝承や物語の類に目がありませんね。俺としては歴史書や物語よりもまず通信教育の課題に目を通していただきたいものですが。
明日からやるよ。
およそ人類史においてその言葉ほど信用できないものはないと俺はあのお方とのお付き合いに基づき、そう確信を得ております。本当にそういうところばかりがそっくりに成長してしまって。それでどうして急にそのようなお話を？もしやとは思いますが、坊ちゃん、空想好きのあまりその死神と呼ばれる女性に会ってみたいなどというつもりでは？
まさか。今のはただの気分転換の雑談。僕にはそれよりも命を懸けてでも優先することがあるの。君だって知ってるでしょ？
それはそうですが。
最初はその件にその女性が関わってるのかと調べてみたけど、奴の手口とは全然違うから。多分無関係だと思
う。なるほど。確かに
I'm just listening.
女性があのようなむごたらしい殺しをするなどにわかには信じがたい。
うん。でもちょっと彼女かわいそうだ。いくら変な噂があってもこの国に生まれなければ死神なんて呼ばれ方されなかったんじゃないかな。歴史からすればこの国の状況はまだ好転した方らしいけど。
Makes you wonder. Actually, yeah, it does make me wonder if, like, you know, if they hate her so much, then like she would just be burned at the stake, right? If this was like 1600s England, or like the equivalent of whatever fantasy fictional world that we're in. Apparently, we're based in. This was inspired by France, where we are at. It just made me wonder why no one really comes for her, but maybe they're just too scared of the curse. It began about 60 years ago. What? Located at the country center was the research district. I forgot how they said that. in a row where where a particular technology was employed, altering the concept of life and longevity.
はい。こちらの手紙の方、確かにお預かりしました。明記された ID に該当する研究員へ必ずお渡ししておきます。
This issue was located away from Cohen. People here had heard the rumors about me, but no specific details about who the person was or what they did. Which is why I was able to hand the letter directly to the guard working at the largest research facility without any issue. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. I walked away from the gate, then turned back and looked again at the ground structure. The research facility was closest to the castle where the royal Virche family, which ruled over Virche, resided. I had visited this facility a number of times to deliver letters from Mother, but I never stepped foot inside, not even once. Come to think of it, I wonder who the letter was for. Long-held curiosity finally came out in word. The letters I delivered had something called an ID on them that was assigned to those who worked at the research facility. Based on that, I assumed Mother's friend or acquaintance was a research worker. I'm still surprised that she knows someone at the institute. Was some kind of prominent figure by chance? Or perhaps she used to work here herself. I didn't notice a number of people exiting the facility. That.
この度は大変お世話になりました。クローン体になるのはこれが初めてですけど、聞いていた以上に快適なんですね。
Wait, was this the girlfriend that died?
死ぬ直前の倦怠感や苦しさが嘘のようでしょ。
She nodded joyfully, and I realized she was the person who died back at that house in Korea.
本当に無事に終わってよかった。これでまた二人支え合いながら一緒に暮らせるね。
ええ、まあ、そうね。
I was certain she was the same person, especially after seeing that man from before standing next to her. It didn't take long for her to return. On her arm was a brand new insignia shining brightly, one that she didn't have on her previous one. Based on what I could gather, it seemed that she chose to live the same life for another 23 years before dying from the curse again. Huh.
はあ
Huh?
子供向けの教科書を作りたいからあの技術の概要について説明する資料を作れだと。いきなり何を言い出すかと思えば、その程度わざわざ学ばずともこのクソ狭い国で暮らしていれば自然と得られるだろうが、それでも書けたと。将来有望な研究員となる子供たちを輩出できるように。善行と見せかけた偽善どころか、お前の自己満足に過ぎん無駄な悪あがきだな。だがまあそうだな、気分転換にはちょうどいい。的確だが適当な文で構わないのなら書いてやらんでもない。さてでは4日ぶりの1時間休憩、無駄にしないためにも。
I've become really bad at identifying voices because it's been a while since I've done performing stuff like that. This voice sounds somewhat.
5分以内に丸ごと書き上げてやるとしよ
う。Briefly language in a short-lived existence by harnessing the knowledge and technology and reduce the return to life. After extensive research, a unique system was created to extend the people's longevity.
それを可能としたのは2つの技術。クローンの作成システムと記憶のダウンロードシステム。呪いにより限界を迎え死を迎えた肉体を破棄、代わりに本人の遺伝子から作り出した人に酷似した生命、つまりはクローン体へとあらかじめ脳から取り出しておいた記憶データを移行し、同一人物として生命活動を再開させる。この方法により国民は限りある23年の人生を繰り返すことが可能となった。この技術を用いクローン体となって 永遠と23年生きては死んでを続けていくこの国特有の生命のことを
Oh, so we don't even get to hear
リ
the
ライ
word?
バーと
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, what? So, Reliver, a form of life specific to Arpachel that was created to extend people's lives. They are made by downloading memory data into clones or backup supported by the original person before death. This technology allows people to revive repeatedly, each life lasting up to 20. Is it children having children? Oh, that's what I kind of wonder too. I mean, no. I mean, yes, even in our society, people be having children like as young as like 16. You know, so I guess it's, and especially I guess with how their society works, like, the one live normal lives despite the fact they only have 23 short years to live. Um, it's interesting though because when they're cloned, right, at their age of death, it seems, because that woman sounded like, yeah, because when she was cloned, her boyfriend was just like, we can just carry on like before, and she was like, yeah, she sounded kind of unsure. So I do wonder like if all her memories came back or what, or maybe I don't know. That's their business. Who knows if we will ever see them again? But yeah, point is, it makes me wonder then, she came back as she was cloned as an adult, so is she already like 23? Because she wasn't like a child. That's why I still have questions. Oh, excuse me, who are you? You get a whole little.
人々はそう呼びあるいは名乗っています
Let's say that's the whole cutscene, sir. Oh, I do recognize this voice actor though. A gentle voice spoke to the children about the nature of life in this country.
先生、リュカ先生。教科書をそのまま読むのじゃよくわかんない。そうそう、もっとシンプルに教えてよ。
わかりましたではまずはリライバーがどのような手順で生まれるのかそれを一から追っていきましょう
I do like how they do it, I guess.
うんうん大変良いお返事ですまだ授業も始まったばかりだというのに素晴らしい先生はもう皆さんに100点満点を差し上げたい気分ですよ
じゃあ今日の授業はもう終わりでいい？
それはダメですね授業をおろそかにするなどそんな悪いことをするような子には先生が怖い罰を与えてしまいますよ例えば100点満点からマイナス点へ成績を減らしてしまうとか
やめてよ。マムにご褒美のケーキ買ってもらえなくなっちゃう。
On my return to the orphanage, I came across our usual visiting teacher in the middle of a lesson with the children. In the lively class environment, I couldn't help but admire his ability to motivate the children's desire to learn. The lecturer was Lucas Praus. Our learning teacher who holds class at various facilities, including the orphanage where the heroine lives. He's a devout follower and believer of God and regularly attends church. Children being irresponsible children forced to make diets versus society. Oh yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I was just trying to, say that, but then I just, I for sure didn't mean to say that. Traveled across the country, visiting orphanages and homes in order to educate children and academics. He's also an avid churchgoer and a devout believer in God. Okay, yeah. I was careful not to interrupt the lesson. I moved to the corner of the room to put away the groceries I had purchased and quietly moved on to soup. Come to think of it, we're out of cleaning rags. I guess I could make more using some scraps. It shouldn't make too much noise. Class continued as I got to work. I just need to keep from listening in on the lesson going on so close by. Looks so feminine. I wouldn't have. I'm not gonna lie. I would have, if we hadn't been introduced to him for a snack cutscene, I would have looked at him and was just like, this is a woman. This is a very beautiful lady. Like, look at that face. I haven't been reacting to the men as much. Look at his stupid face. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's super pretty. Like, what? Holy.
失礼。それでは授業を再開します。次のページを開いてください。
Although the coughing is a very bad sign. Hey, Lucas, how old
リ
are
ライ
you?
バーを作成する手順はおよそ4段階に分かれています。まずは存命時にあらかじめその人の力得られる遺伝子を保存。
Guys, taking note of this. This will be on the quiz later. Later at the end of stream. I feel like this is actually kind of important to know, though, if they're actually telling this.
次にあるいはほぼ同時に引き継がせたい時点の記憶データのバックアップを脳から抽出し作成。そしてオリジナルの肉体が死亡、研究所へと報告、しかるべき手続きをした後に遺伝子からクローン体を作成、そこにバックアップした記憶をダウンロードすることでリライバーは無事に完成です。簡潔に述べれば、死ぬたびに自分のクローンを作り、人格と記憶をそこに移行することで延命するということですね。この呪いによる死を超越するためのすべての処理はこの国の中枢に位置する国立研究所が所有する特殊な装置とシステムによって行われています。
So, then, like I said before, you guys missed, but we died in the very beginning. Like, she killed herself. She took a knife and, like, thrust it into her throat and died. But evidently, someone found us right after and was saying that this is not the ending that they're going to that they would do anything to save her. So something tells me, oh, but then it's weird because it feels like we went back in time or that we were cloned. So that's why I'm like very confused on what's going on. But okay, let's just keep going on, moving on. Well, technically, I guess people can stay. I mean, the big people are more then. Again, I still have some.
でもリライバーになってもまた23年で死ぬんでしょ？
ええ。なのでその都度さっきと同じ手続きや作業を繰り返す必要がありますね。
Trying to explain to the download memory fire could eat.
逆に言ってしまえば何度死んでも申請とバックアップさえしていれば蘇ることができるということになりますが、
It sounds like a very tiring process. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess everyone's always wished that they could have done their life differently in some regard. I wish I had done my life differently. But several times over seems a bit overkill. But this is like I'm talking about real life. Their situation vastly.
一教師としては命を軽視し消費するような価値観は皆さんには持ってほしくありませんね。
確かに言われてみると、町の稼いでる大人たちって
That's what I was gonna say. Does it cost? Or is it just free for everyone to see? But
死んでもリライバーにできるからいいやって特に悲しまないで、家族が死んでも割とあっさりとしてる人多いよね。
that children not in agreement. Remind me of what I saw earlier. Yeah. They've become
リュカ先生、
vastly desensitized.
うちの子たちはお行儀よく授業を受けているかしら。
Which makes so it makes her existence even worse. Because most people, if not all people in this world that they live in, has become so desensitized to death because they can just relive their lives over and over again. Except, you know, death is still like with her existence being like apparently death incarnate. It's even worse. Because people still don't want to die earlier than what they're supposed to. And also, this is that one woman that was gossiping in the Marche was saying. She hadn't had a body prepared yet. So she didn't want to die before, because she didn't have a body prepared just yet to be a real life. Because permanent death for these people is definitely scary. Exactly. That's why I said I have so many questions too. They said that the memory has to be reused every single time, so you can't use like an old memory, which makes sense. Because even, you have different memories each time, right? The DNA, they didn't say anything about, like the blood and stuff. So I guess you can use the same blood, but I guess for the process, you might as well just do blood, new memories. Apparently they're taking it at the same time. Honestly, if it was me, I would just want a fresh batch each time for them to use. Physical, psychological effects? Well, I was kind of talking about psychological being like, some of them will probably just treat life frivolously, since they could just, repeat life over and over again. Like, I mean, the children even picked up on that with one of the children mentioning how, like, the adults don't seem to care about death. We saw just now with the boyfriend, after his girlfriend died, he sounded very pippy and cheery. He was just like, yeah, my girlfriend died. Can you help me take her body out so I can take her to the facility to get cloned? So we can continue our life together? Yippee. Like, it's kind of wild, I would say. Physical effects, I have no idea. You still die, I guess, the same way. They mentioned. They still say you die at 20. So, and then what happens if and when something goes wrong? I don't know, but I have a very strong feeling I see it at some point in the game, or I will. I don't know if I'm gonna bring back playing Virche on stream. But I'm definitely gonna see if I can continue it off stream. Fingers crossed. I will say that, and then I will not pick up the game again for like. But it's intriguing me so far. The only thing about this game, this Atome, is that you apparently have to go through the bad endings first before you get the good endings, if that has anything, if that answers any of your questions. Or, if that's an indicator of anything, I should say. Because I don't, like I said, I'm blind when it comes to this game, including like from the story to the voice actors. I'm just completely blind. But I did hear before I picked up the game that you have to go through the bad endings, and usually I don't go through bad endings that much. Sometimes I do, but I'm not like a completionist like that, because I usually want to sit down for a feel-good time with the Atome. Feel good with some drama. a little bit of tragedy mixed in. But this game just seems tragic all around. This is definitely not the type of Otome you can like get cozy, snuggle up in bed with, and you know, feel all warm and fuzzy inside after the end of your playthrough. No, that's not what's gonna happen. But like I said, I'm prepared for that. My first yawn of the night, and it's only like, oh, it's actually 10 o'clock my time. Oh my gosh, 10 p.m. I've been streaming for like almost 2.5 hours, so I probably won't stream for too much longer. Since the Tome streams tend to be on the shorter side anyway, because yeah, I'm just glad I got through the stream because I was feeling quite tired earlier, but I had to like force myself to do some chores, so I had to get out of the house, and I had to go out of the house again because I bought something at the store and it did not fit, so I had to go back. I mean, I didn't have to. I could have waited until tomorrow, but I was like, there's still daylight, and I just want to, you know, get this over and done with. Because I was thinking I wasn't going to go out tomorrow. But I might actually, because guess what? I said this in my friend's stream, but I didn't say this in my own stream. But I believe I found a job, and I want to celebrate. So I might treat myself and get something small. Just from like the grocery store. I might get like a cake or a cupcake. But yeah, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it's not a scam. I mean, I did go through a couple of interviews. So and you know, they told me they've been very responsive and stuff. So I'll just see what with the onboarding, see how it goes and everything. But I'm so happy because it's been months. And I was really hoping that I'd at least find something before the end of this month. But at least, you know, I won't be completely penniless when December rolls around. But I mean, there'll still be a time. So yeah, I know. Yay! I'm so happy. Like I said, I really hope, I really and truly hope that this is it, because I've been I've been struggling financially. I'm not the type to go to my parents to ask for money. But yeah, the little stuff I've been doing, along with like the small little okay, I had. So I was getting internship, part-time job. Although the part-time job fell through because they messed up my onboarding. And that's what I'm worried about this time around, but this is like a legit job, so hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna get something for myself tomorrow. I do think I will stream tomorrow too. Since I have to see what DVD or Overwatch does tomorrow, but yeah, it'll probably be one of those two games. I think DVD might have like the next 2v8 thing come out. To be honest, I don't really feel like playing DVD. I haven't played DVD in a number of days at this point. Overwatch though, we'll see. Anyways, back to these two. I feel I'm a bit worried about Lucas because he's coughing, and like I know that's just his pose, but the way he's holding his throat makes me worried. I feel like it's foreshadowing something. If then that mother came inside after hanging up the wash laundry.
みんな積極的に自らの世界を広げようとしてくれるいい子たちばかりですよ。
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's so stupidly pretty, but his voice is definitely masculine. And I would have thought they would have casted a more like effeminate sounding guy to do his voice, but it's fine. I don't dislike this voice actor. I like him, obviously. But interesting.
ああ、そうだ。ちょうどサロメさんも来てくれましたし、この国におけるリライバーの立ち位置をご一緒に説明していただければと思うのですが、いかがです？
構いませんわ。具体的な例があった方が子供たちもわかりやすいでしょう。
With that, our visiting teacher spread out a map on the table for all to see.
さて、ここまで リライバーの仕組みと重要性について説いてきましたが、何もアルペシェールの全国民がリライバーというわけではありません。
There are roughly 3,000 living in Virche. Only half of the population were livers. Okay, so not everyone.
それはまだ純粋な人間である皆さん自身が誰よりも自覚していますね。
This is like, I wonder how many children are the
う
population.
ん、僕バックアップなんて取ったことない。
Lucas nodded in acknowledgement.
リライバー同士で結婚し子をなしても生まれてくるのは純粋な人間だけですから。
現にリュカ先生もリライバー同士の子で、そしてまだ純粋な人間のままでしたわよね。
So they're not considered humans anymore if they were livers, because I guess technically they're clones.
ええ。対してサロメさんはすでに数度人生を繰り返されているリライバーだったかと。
Oh, okay. That makes sense why she wants her to call his mother then. But I'm just like, girl, you look the same age as us. That was before I knew about clones and believers and stuff, okay? Oh, okay. So she's... Oh, I wonder how old she is then.
そう言われてもマムだって普通の人間にしか見えないよ。リライバーと普通の人間って見た目で区別できるの？
もちろん。私は厚着しているから隠れてしまっているけれど、
Oh, the symbol. You get to see
リライバーになった人の肌には識別のため
Guess that's it. Very complex symbol.
入れ墨によく似た特殊な文様がどこかに浮かんでくるの。文様の絵柄はクローン体作成時遺伝子に移行して自動的に描かれるから。
Determined by the genes, so then it's different for everyone? The design?
他人が全く同じ柄を有していることはまずないわね。
Answer my question.
血縁関係のある兄弟や親子なら多少は似ているかもしれないけれど、
We wanted to mention how much genes and chromosomes affect. That the Institute was able to use the double helix structure of one's DNA to produce a beautiful symbol. The wordy explanation made the kids sigh.
はい。それではそちらにいるみんなの先輩こと私の元教え子セレス君。ここで問題です。先ほど少し触れたリライバーになるのに必要なしかるべき手続きとは何でしょう？
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think we would get dragged into the conversation. Let me see. After I make the rags, I should get to clean the halls and... She's not even paying attention. I have a brand new broom, so I should be able to clean the place more easily now. I can't wait to put it to good use. Oh, I also have to wash the children's clothes. They're pretty dirty after they... As for tonight, I should ask Mother if there have been any other expenses. I was about to finish sewing a rag. Stopped for a moment, suddenly noticing everyone looking at me. Hi, but are you talking to me?
はい、呼びました。
Your brand new broom, yeah! Yippee! That's our main concern right now, is the brand new broom we got. The banger one at that. Oh my gosh. Got cheap at the Marche. Lucas gave him a friendly smile, expecting my response.
授業内容は聞こえていましたよね。
I thought the lecture was children.
覚えている範囲で構いませんので、この子たちに正解を教えてあげてくれませんか？
Understood. Mother can explain it better. Am I? Because we're gonna get bad endings anyway. Doesn't matter. Really true. Also, I realized I'm not saved at all. I usually save when it comes to Jordan. I mean, I could give it a shot. I wasn't sure why you directed the question to me if I didn't want to keep the lesson from progressing. Understood. I'm not sure if I could answer the question properly, but I'll try.
はい、お願いします。
I dove deep into my memories to come up with the best answer I could. I recall correctly, I believe you need an official pledge issued by the Institute to become a reliver.
誓約書
Imagine that someone's about to die, or maybe someone who is already dead. What if this person was revived as a reliver and they didn't want to be revived? That would be bad, right? There's a need to protect people from being forced into becoming a reliver by others. That's why a pledge is needed to confirm that the person wants to become a reliver. In order for a person to become one, they have to state that they intend at the Institute and put their pledge into writing. Okay. Pledge. Paperwork used to confirm one's commitment to becoming a reliver. It prevents abuse such as forcing someone. Okay. That makes sense. There's not everyone that wants to live a life again. That's nice. Of course, there are a lot of other rules and restrictions that need to be followed, but I think you'll learn that some other time.
お見事。100点満点の回答です。加え、リライバーになるにはある程度まとまったお金を支払う必要があるので、その契約書としても機能していますね。
Okay, that was one of my questions. I was just like, you have to pay for this, right? I feel like you do. I don't think the government would be that. Although I guess maybe it's not. Well, he said a good sum of money, so I guess it is a bit on the expensive side. 'Cause I was like, maybe it's a bit inexpensive considering the society that we live in. But we had a sigh of relief at his words of.
現にクーネにいる人の多くはお金を貯めてリライバーになるために毎日一生懸命働いているでしょ。
みんなそうしてるってことはやっぱり僕たちもいつかはリライバーにならないとダメなんだよね。
いいえ、決してそんなことはありません。リライバーになれば確かにこの国の死の呪いからかろうじて生き延びることはできます。ですがそれをあえて拒否し23年以内にその生を終える人も少数派ながらいるのですから。
Honestly, respect right there. For me, I just feel like my life is only beginning. I'm past 20.
そうなの？
For some reason, the child turned and asked me instead of the question. He's right. For example, the people who live beyond the sea live differently from us. They're able to live far beyond 23 years old without becoming a reliver. You've heard before that they can spend however many years they can until they have grayed hair and wrinkles, right? Some people really admire that. They see relivers as fake humans with fake bodies, so they don't care much about reviving. Oh wow, okay. Discrimination towards relivers, which I kind of already read from the language they were using earlier when they were differentiating relivers with humans. Since like Lucas's parents were relivers, but then Mother there was asking Lucas, he is still a human, right? Not a reliver. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just to me personally, a reliver is a human. They're human. They were human once before. They're still technically human, right? Like, there's nothing fundamentally differently about them except that it's just a clone of someone's real body from before. And then, like, the reliver when they die again, the reliver when the clone body gets cloned. I don't know. It's like such a weird process. More questions. Okay. How relievers treated by society as a whole? Why expensive? What's stopping the government or the wealthy elite? Say, for example, reviving labor class without end. Ugh, you see, I don't know. I wonder though how relievers are treated by society, because apparently, I mean, here Sarah's is saying literally right here that some people admire growing older, and that they see relivers as fake humans with fake bodies. They don't care much about reviving. So, there you go, fake humans. What does that say? Discrimination, right? They don't see the relivers as fellow human beings. They probably even look down on them for wanting to be relived again. Or cloned again. Or cloned again, yeah. The next question, I don't know. the government. I mean, the government already apparently, like, it's a pretty hefty amount of money to pay to be a lifer in the first place. So I guess the government's not too invested in, you know, helping the lower class to make it more affordable to be a real life. But again, some people don't care to.
神より賜った人間としての自然の摂理を維持したまま、短くも幸福な人生を全うする。
I forgot this one's the Christian. Yeah, it said he was very devoted to God and goes to church, right? Like regularly. So I can see here that some of them, like he said before, if they're like a follower of God, then they definitely want to prioritize one's natural body over like a cloned fake one. Apparently.
そんな死に向き合う勇気ある選択をできる人間がこの国にもいるということをどうか覚えておいてください。
I'm sorry if I said, oh, he's the Christian as if it was like derogatory. I mean, I'm a Christian myself. I'm just wondering like what type of Christian we're dealing with here.
いいですか皆さん。繰り返し言いますが、リライバー化は義務ではありません。
By God, they mean like God, right? Like the Christian God? I don't know. They just said God. It said capital G-O-D, so that's why I just assumed.
そのあり方に疑問を抱いたのなら、徹底的に思考を巡らせ、時には周囲とも意見を交換し合い、この死に呪われた国で短い生をどう生きていくのか、自分なりにしっかりと将来のことも踏まえて考えてみてくださいね。それでは次のページへと進みましょうか。ここからの知識がさらに重要でして、この国に革命をもたらしたリライバーも決して万能の技術ではなく、
Is this about to answer our question about like what if the process
お金以
goes
外に
wrong?
もまだ大きな代償を払う必要がありと。おや、もうこんな時間ですか。
Wait, what were you about to say? What were you about to say though? For example, apart from money, there's a high price to pay for a different form. A different form. You could go beyond human. At this little wall clock, Lucas closed his text.
以降の内容は長くなりそうなので、続きはまた今度としましょう。
Oh man. Maybe another day, they mean like 5 chapters down.
それでは皆さん、今日も先生と楽しく勉強してくれてありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Also, I don't think I got like any points with Lucas. Doesn't seem like I picked the right choice, because unless I missed, because usually like the little love thing symbol, whatever, it's dependent on the game, will come up when you get the right choice, and I think I have the setting on. I don't think so. Class was dismissed. Mother guided the children to the main room to play, rest, sleep, or lounge to their heart's content. Thank you for teaching the children such an important subject. In mother's absence, I thank Lucas for his service.
いいえ、お礼を言うのは私の方です。とっさの質問に応じてもらえて本当に助かりました。リライバーについては教えるべき知識が膨大で、どうしても説明が長くなってしまいがちですからね。ああいうふうに変化や刺激を起こしつつ授業しなければ飽きて寝てしまう子も多くて。
So that was to try and keep their attention. I have to say, you always look like you're having fun whenever you teach your children, regardless of the subject.
ええ、私の敬愛する慈悲深き神に倣い、無垢でいい子な子供たちが自分らしい生き方を選べるよう必要な知識を教え導いていく。教師はまさに神から与えられた私の天職だと思っていますよ。
Lucas clapped his hands together in appreciation as he spoke. He began visiting this orphanage several years before receiving his teaching credential issued by the institute. Okay, I was gonna say he doesn't seem to be afraid by series. I know some of the children at the orphanages, but Mother is fine. But it seems like, especially since he said he's been coming for years, it seems because and said that like Sirius was his student before. But he seems okay with her despite the fact she's deaf. The fact that Mother and another teacher taught me the very basics of education. I may have only learned from him once before, perhaps twice. On that basis, it was difficult to say that we knew each other well, but for some reason, Lucas didn't seem to concern himself with the rumors about me. Instead, he treated me as if I was one of his students, speaking to me in a friendly manner despite my lack of conversational skills. You're fine. Say that about myself. Suddenly, a certain memory flashed in my mind, likely in response to the class as well as my recent thoughts about the past. Come to think of it, Lucas, if I'm not mistaken, you're 22 this year, aren't you? 22. So then.
はい。私にも決断の時が近づいています。むしろ今からでは遅すぎるぐらいでしょうか。
Right. When you're 22, you're basically any day you can collapse dead, huh? Jesus. Meant that Dylan had made preparations to survive and overcome. Lucas coughed slightly, no doubt from the effects of the curse. Every so often he coughed like this. It was a reminder of the death that awaited him. But you're right. Let me get some water. Maybe I should move away from you too.
いえ、お構いなく。おとなしくしていればすぐに収まります。
Oh my god. Every just dies like right in front of us.
何より君の存在の有無が体調に影響を及ぼしているわけでは決してありませんから。ほら、もう元気になりました。
Forced himself to take a deep breath and gave a gentle smile. But you're forcing yourself to look fine even though you're not, right?
かもしれません。この咳との付き合いにもすっかり慣れてしまいまして。今ではちょっと深呼吸をするだけで発作が収まったりします。
We want to add that he was also taking medicine for his condition every day. That's amazing. I've never seen or heard of anyone able to suppress the side effects of the curse. The curse of death that haunted the country didn't strike exactly when a person turned 23 years old. It was rare to encounter people who actually lived to 23 while remaining healthy. Lucas working at 22 and Adolf still being able to swing a sword at 21 were among the exceptional cases. The side effects from the curse were very similar to the nature of disease itself. Talented scientists at the Institute continued to conduct research day in and day out, but they hadn't been able to uncover the truth behind the curse of death. He can turn himself into a liver. He could probably continue his work as a teacher, free from the suffering of the curse, but just based on what he said, it doesn't seem
この
like he
国に
wants
革
to.
命をもたらしたリライバーも決して万能の技術ではなく、
It seems like he just wants to face death head on. So
お金以外にも
based on his beliefs,
まだ大きな代償を払う必要がありま。
assuming he does become a rebel. What would happen if he lost his passion and love as a teacher for his students?
セレス君、
Noticing my silence, he spoke my name. I looked up and saw his beautiful face giving me a reassurance. I had to use my troubled thoughts.
私のことなど気にせず、どうか君も将来は悔いのない選択をしてください。健やかに自分の心にまっすぐであれ。それが先生が教え子に願うたった一つのことです。
He's so different. Okay, let me read that. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at his face just like, gee. Like, oh my. Hold on. I've been on such a Castlevania fix and whatnot, but he just vaguely reminds me of like Alucard. Another very beautiful blonde that like in some ways looks more like, let's see, is that the right word? Just like equal? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, we appreciate this. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They really it can be, some people probably think it's a bit like too much of an information dump, but honestly, I kind of like how they're explaining it. I feel like they're explaining it in a pretty natural way, because I know sometimes, again, like one of the key things that one of the key but basic things they teach you in like screen courses and just any writing course in general is to show rather than tell. And I know that, but in some cases it's okay too. Right now, like it's nice because I feel like, I don't know, some people do like to shut their brain off and play these kind of games, but honestly, it's kind of nice that like my brain is racking, like I'm kind of going to tangents talking about clothing and everything like that. And it like that kind of puts us at stop, like the flow of the action, like flow of the story a bit, or the game. But like it's really, I don't know, I just like talking about these things because it's really intriguing, and the way they do it is really interesting to me. Just really ruminating on what they're telling us. But yeah, you can tell that they did put a lot of thought into it, and we've only been playing this game for like almost 3 hours. Well, technically, I think 30 minutes, so 30 to 40 minutes of that was like Love and Deep Space. So let's say like about 2 hours we've been playing this game, and only 2 hours. Like most of Tomy games go for like, I think average might be like 50-ish, 60-ish hours. I think the Tomy games I finished were around about that time, and I usually play like all the routes too, even the ones that I don't really typically, you know, feel anything for the love interest. But yeah, so this is only 2 hours of maybe like a 50+ minute game. So there's still a lot. Let me see. Let me look at the cover again. It looks like there may be 6 love interests. Because one of them is 2. Oh yeah, the back cover shows 6. And of course it's one of them, Lucas. The midnight air is filled with silence. Grace, I won't regret. I sat on my bed as I pondered over the words Lucas told me before he left. He said it directly to me. It must be his way of showing concern, since I would be turning 20 soon, when most begin to show symptoms. Telling me to think long and hard about whether I really want to become a reliver. Heard coughing from behind the wall. I recognized from Milo, the second oldest living here. Coughing at 13, because I remember they said earlier that Milo was 13. I mean, he still has a whole decade before he dies, but unable to hold back, I quietly exited my room and went to the shared room where Milo slept. Noticing the door slightly ajar, I slowly took a peek.
Mama, 苦しい。息ができない。
Milo was feverish as he panted heavily between pain and cough. Mother was doing her best to care for him as the other children looked on with anxiety.
そう。やっぱりこんな施設入るんじゃなかった。どうせあいつが死神が俺のこと呪ったんだろ。気に悪がったから腹いせに。俺知ってるんだぞ。今の俺みたいにあいつがいた養護施設や家の人間は病気や事故で 23年よりもっと早く子供も大人もバタバタ死んでいった。あの火事だってあいつが魔術で起こしたって。
違うのよミロ。あの子はそんなことしない。たまたまあの子の周りに体が弱い人が多かっただけ。火事だって偶然で。
だったらなんでこの施設に来た途端俺の体調は悪くなったんだよ。父さんと母さんが死んでここに来る前までは一回もこんな症状出なかったのに。
それは
Best I could do is move as far away as possible so that it caused the suffering. Go outside until he recovers. I quietly got dressed and walked out into the crisp night air. My trek took me to the country's edge. Since it wasn't very large, one could walk from one side to the other in the span of a day. Oh, okay. It kind of looked large from the map that we saw. I guess it's smaller than I think. It didn't take long for me to arrive at the nearest beach from the district where I lived. I looked far into the dark blue horizon. The sound of waves from the unknown lands beyond echoed in my ears. I gazed at the open field of black ripples spread out before me. As I reached out slowly and gently, my fingers softly brushed against the flower with black petals and a dash of pine stood nearby. Those who wish to avoid death, keep away from the flowers of misfortune. Do not touch the lycoris large. The warning was stated boldly, along with the king's face signature. It may be a little dark in color, but up close. Black lycoris. Is that the plural for it? I thought it would be kind of just the Oh, this is where we died. This is where she killed herself. This is exactly the scene I remember. Though there are no official records, they were said to exist hundreds of years ago. They grew like a wall around the island, with their flowers in bloom throughout the year. Black lycers was essentially a symbol of this country, and yet hardly anyone went near them to appreciate their beauty. That's because they were... yeah, look at them. The flowers of misfortune and death. That's what these beautiful lycorises were known as by the masses. I was just about to say, I wonder if it's the flowers that's causing all this. There must be some cause of the curse. If we don't find out by the end of this game, I'm gonna be upset. Because there's a fan this, and there's like, you know, which is like a sequel. This game, I accidentally put that as my as my category. When I first started playing, but then after Love and Deep Space, I fixed it. So it should be, you know, ErroR Salvation. That's the first game. The next game is called. Actually, I totally forgot what it's called. It used to say Virche in the title. But yeah, looking at it does look like a very unsettling flower. As the name implied, whenever someone tried to pick these flowers or remove them from the great expanse of the lycris field, some unexplainable reason, it hastened the curse of death that we all harbor within our bodies. There are cases where some even perished the moment they picked the first flower. Jesus. These are verified cases? The flowers were as abhorrent as I was for their connection to death. While it was a strange thought to have, that was the very reason why Bill Lycris flowers felt very close to it. Okay, yeah. I think they're known by another name too, but I can't look it up. We were too similar for me to feel any fear toward them. Most of all, there's never anyone around. It was a perfect place to sit and silence. I hope Mila was okay. I wanted to go inside the room and take care of her. I wanted to tell them I was sorry, but I knew that going near him would only worsen his condition. The which is why I was given a room for myself so that I wouldn't be too close to them. I didn't spend much time with the children apart from meal times or when I worked on chores around the orphanage. I never went near any sources of fire or other such places when no one was around. Perhaps my efforts were being rewarded. So far there had been no death. I would even say the effects of the curse were eased. While some still showed symptoms, they were of a mild nature. Mother cared for them to avoid things taking a turn for the worse. I must have let my guard down this time. Is being near the flowers helpful? I mean, I really don't know what the cause of the curse is, but I don't know why it's centered, or part of it seems to be centered around your series here. When I think about it, I'm so reliant on others. Without Mother, who knew how many casualties could have occurred because of my presence? The misfortune I brought upon others was no different from the curse of death, and that none of us fully understood it. I feel so pained for saying this with that like smile on her face. Unlike the curse of death, my presence brought with it disaster that occurred randomly and without warning. Some were to die because of me, and they weren't contracted with the incident. They won't be able to revive as a reliver. Because of that, I understood why Milo and the others were afraid of me to the point of hatred. Cloning being the cause? Interesting. Reliver. It was only this afternoon that Lucas spoke about the idea with me, but then didn't they only start cloning because they were dying at 23? But then again, we don't know like the base cause. I don't know. Like I said, I will have to play this game to find out, and hopefully I don't get spoiled in the process. But like I said, I've been pretty blind when it comes to this game. Like I've heard people talk about, especially when it first came out. But I haven't gotten physically spoiled besides the fact that we have to go through the bad endings first before we get the good endings. It was only this afternoon that Lucas spoke about the idea with me, but I had no intention of becoming a reliver. Without a doubt, I would be the rebirth of the same soul of death that had cursed this place. I was death itself. I doubt that my powers of misfortune would disappear just because I changed my physical body. But for now, a little longer until I die from death's curse. I pray that I can stay under Mother's protection in the place that love calls home. I pray that I can live in that warm and kind facility until the very end. I don't know. I feel like that's probably not gonna happen. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I've played too many of these games and just seen too many situations like this in media to be very hopeful that's gonna go down the way she wants it to. I didn't care if my soul would be just down in Hades after I died. As I prayed to the unseen God that Lucas says resided in the heavens above. Oh, it's the Lycoris. Strong gale blew from the ocean. The wind ripped up countless black and red petals around me. The light red glow in the fearsome jet black petals was bewitching and beautiful. I was captivated by the swarm of flowers for a moment before I noticed. Oh, hey, TTK, back with your rats. Oh. Hello? In the middle of the Lycris field. Hello? The young man wearing half a mask. Is he the boy we saw in the beginning? Ooh. Because his eye is left. Yeah, his left eye was burning. Melting. Like the left side of his face. Oh, where's he? He is on the cover of the game though. Like right in the center, so he's very important. Lovely crest, the Lycris flowers that everyone so. Bye. You came back at a time, but I got so distracted by this man in front of us, I didn't give you a proper greeting, I think. But hey, welcome back. How are you? I could see tears flowing silently from his uncovered eye. Oh yeah, he's crying. The moonlight faintly illuminated his hair and the Lycris. As the petals danced upon the wind, the young man turned to the rest of the flowers of death that stood.
愛しているよ
He spoke in a compassionate voice. It was a hauntingly beautiful scene. The idea that someone other than myself could love these Lycris flowers transfixed me. Perhaps noticing my presence, the young man turned around and looked straight at me.
君は もしかして。
My body froze. I immediately realized how rude it was of me to stare at someone crying. I'm sorry.
あ、待ってくれ。
I quickly apologized and fled the scene as fast as I could. Huh. Oh, there you go.
言ってしまった。みっともないところを見せちゃったかな。あの綺麗な金色の髪。もしかして7年前の。
Okay, so it might be the boy from... Because 7 years ago was the fire that I mentioned. But it's possibly it's the boy. But then there's also been a question as to why he saved her at the time when everyone was so fearful. When questions get answered, I just get more questions I want answered. It's just a whole cycle. I ran from the masked man, making my way back to the commons district. As luck would have it, no one was around. My sudden appearance seemed to cause commotion. I must have taken the road that led back to the orphanage for that reason. I had to get away from there, but was it just me, or was that masked person just as startled as I was? We don't know each other, so he must have been surprised to see me watching him cry. Or perhaps he knew through rumors that I was the reaper that everyone despised. Though I hadn't seen any fear in his eyes, only astonishment. But a strange person. He's strange for not fearing her. That's so sad. The thing that left a strong impression. A delicate mask that covered half of his face. Across his face he was... Oh yeah, see this boy. This is the boy I was talking about. He's even crying here. You can see the tears going down his eyes, which makes sense because he's literally on fire. His face. The color of his hair. I suddenly gasped. Can't be. He's the same person from before? The face went pale with memories flooding into my mind when the sound of dripping water brought me back to reality. There had been a faint sound grew until it rang in my ears. It seemed to come from the dim alley that extended from the road. I heard it again. It's not raining, is it? I remember the words to myself in the effort to regain my composure. Someone must have forgotten to shut off one of the communal well pumps shared by the surrounding houses. If so, the water might flood the area around the well by morning, which would cause some trouble to those. I thought about it for a moment. Even if I am deaf, touching the pump won't cause it to explode, will it? Has anything like that happened before, girl? You've cooked before. The oven hasn't exploded. Right? Like, this girl just feels like... acts like she's just diseased completely. I mean, I understand. She's been living with it since she was basically born, so... I decided to head into the alley to at least confirm where the dripping was coming from. I walked through the darkness. This feels... Oh. Oh. Let's look. I can hear the water. I can hear the water, but I see blood. What? How did this escalated? No. I hear something much heavier dripping that created damp layers of sound. I continued through the winding alley until I finally came upon an open area. The smell of iron filled the air as I felt wet droplets hitting me. Oh. She's even covered in blood now. What could have caused so much blood? Huh? I gazed in the stupor at the sight before my eyes. It was different from vivid flames of light grid. Everything was covered in a dull red. On the ground was a pile of bodies. As I looked on, bewildered at the scene, two shadowy figures staggered toward me. The last of the two crumpled into the pool of blood at my feet. I slowly sunk to the ground at the scene unfolding in front of me. Looking forward, I saw the pool of blood and bodies lying on the ground. My eyes met those of one of the bodies. What is happening? What is happening? Oh. I felt someone's body warmth surrounding me and pulling me in close.
無事か？今の悲鳴は。
Is this our brother? Technically brother? Oh yeah, it is. I say technically because he's not really our brother, and I want to say that because I think is he a love interest? I think so. I think I see it. My brother I grew up with that whole fuse, but I thought he was supposed to return tomorrow night. Where is he here? At the moment, I was sure he had even more questions than I did. After preferring my safety, I looked around and discovered a horrible secret.
セレス、ここで一体何があった？
He's asking me? No. I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything. I just happened to see this. I didn't curse anyone here at all. I didn't do anything, but my body and my voice shook. I'm here. Why do I keep cursing people and killing them? Adele's angry voice stopped me from speaking any further. Seeing me shrink back and lower my head, Adele stopped too.
すまん。俺の尋ね方が悪かった。
I felt a heavy sigh, giving my back a reassuring.
そうだ。分かってんじゃねえか。お前は何もしてねえよ。お前は人を呪うなんて大層な力は持ってない。どこにでもいる小娘で、ただまと運が悪いだけの俺の大事な妹分だ。ただまあさすがにここまでだと教会に十字架をもらいに行くのもありな気もしてきたな。
It was because of him that I could regain my sense of calm and breathing. In contrast,
こりゃ一面血だらけじゃねえか。
okay, but like really, what happened? Why is what?
ひでえ。男も女も関係なく死んでんじゃねえか。
We're probably gonna be blamed. I mean, somehow we got covered in blood, so I don't know. Near my screams, a large crowd of people began to gather.
おい見ろよ。死神の娘が嫌がるぞ。
まさかこれ全部あの子が殺したの？
なあおい、あんた自警団のリーダーだろ。なんでその死神をとっ捕まえないんだ。
この状況どう見てもこいつの仕業じゃねえか。さっさと牢へぶち込めよ。
黙れ。
Lost glare of contempt stopped the crowd's accusation and
死者に手を合わせることも悲しむこともせず、開口一番に出るのが若い娘一人への罵倒かよ。昔からとことん変わらねえな、この国の人間の性根は。
Adele slowly took my arm and brought me to my feet. I wiped the blood off my cheek.
こいつらには構うな。このまま施設まで戻るぞ。俺らの母さんが、マムがきっと心配してる。
Adele acted as my support as we walked out of the alley.
ああ、なんてこった。こいつは俺の息子にその恋人だ。ようやく両思いになれたばっかだってのに。
Sullen anger could hear behind me. Hey, well, what happened? Why was there a mass murder in the town? Huh? Tonight, this mass murder sent a wave of shock through the district similar to the fire from before. Till now, most residents simply avoided me out of fear and their hatred of death, but I only made things worse. Tragic night had come to a close and a gentle morning light shone into my room. Time the memories of what I saw flashed in my mind. My hand involuntarily rose to my mouth. The doll who protected me last night, being with his patrol unit after bringing me back, then returned to the scene to investigate what happened. Mother greeted us with a pale face when we arrived. As Mila finally starts to settle down, I had come home covered in blood. Yeah, that's a night. She's definitely had. I can only imagine what went on in her mind. On top of that, Billy took a peek outside the window.
いい加減にしてくれよ、シスターサロメ。今まではあんたの顔を立てて見逃してきたが、もう限界だ。
なんで何も悪くない私たちがあんな不吉な娘に怯えながら暮らさないといけないの？不幸をまき散らすなら施設の中だけでやってくれる？
Mother was surrounded by a group of angry people venting their frustration. In a few hours since then, but the short time that had elapsed, even the newspaper had published an article about my involvement without verifying the facts. Someone held back the urge to run out to her aid. After all, I would only make matters worse. But before Adolf went out with his patrol unit, he told me very sternly to stay put in my room until things settled.
あんたもいい加減あの死神の恐ろしさが分かったろ。さっさとこの施設から追放してその辺りで野たれ死にでもさせればいい。
お引き取りください。私は今回の件にあの子が関与しているとは思いません。何よりあの子がこの施設に来て不幸が起きたなど今までただの一度も思ったことはありませんから。
Mother remained graceful and resolute in the face of their accusation. After a moment of disbelief, the crowd began to counter her statement when...
いや、ごめんね。ちょっと通してくれるかな。あんたらも群れるのが好きだね。こんなみっちり詰まりに詰まって暑苦しくねえのかよ。
Two people somewhat forced their way through the crowd. Among them was... Man, the Likers field.
ずいぶんと賑やかだね。クーネの人たちはいつだって活気にあふれてる。たまに度が過ぎてるけどな。
クルーンのイブとヒューゴ、なんでお前らがここに？
Okay. I was like, I heard that name was mentioned earlier in the game. But we didn't see their face to tie in with the name. And I've heard that name before I started playing. I can't remember what people said about Eve though. At all. It was good or bad.
なんでも何もこの養護施設からクルーンへの依頼があったからお仕事をしに来たんだよ。そうですよね、シスターサロメ。前もって本日伺うとアドルフを通してお約束させていただいていたかと思いますが。
ええ、そうね。確かに傷んだ家具を直していただけないかと依頼を出していたわ。
つうわけで俺あんたらはちったちった。たかがご近所トラブル程度で俺たちの大事な稼ぎを邪魔してくれるなよ。
たかがだと？
つかお前らだって自警団のメンバーだろ。ならここに住んでる死神が昨晩何をしたのか知ってるはずじゃ。
だとよ。知ってっかアイブ。残念ながら知らないな。俺が知ってるのは昨晩たくさんの遺体が路地裏で発見されたってことだけで、死神がどうこうなんて話ただの一度も耳に入ってこなかったと思うけど。
あの女をよりにもよってお前がかばうのかよ。 前だって確か7年前の大火事のあの死神が起こした災いの被害者のはずだろ。
He was right. I realized it too. He stayed quiet for a few seconds as I watched him with certainty. He then took a step forward.
俺は被害者じゃないよ。たまたま偶然火災現場に彼女と一緒に居合わせた。それだけの話。昔からそう言ってたはずなんだけど、俺の言葉はみんなに信じてもらえてなかったってこと？だとしたらちょっと寂しいな。
いや別にそういうわけじゃ。
Seeing a sad expression, the people who were seating moments ago took a step back.
分かった分かったよ。イブたちには日頃から世話になってるし、今日のところは2人に免じて帰ってやる。
その代わりちゃんと自警団の方で変死事件について調査してよね。
それはもちろん全力を尽くさせてもらうよ。クルーンの方も落ち着いたら再開するから、困ったことがあれば来てね。
It's clear the level of regard people had for him by how compliantly they left him.
今のスト演技どっちだ？
半分ずつかな。あの話を信じてもらえなかったのが寂しかったのは事実。だけどそれを口にすれば彼らが引き下がってくれる確信もあった。
どっちかより立ち悪いな、この確信人たらしめ。
Looked down from the window and thought how swiftly he diffused the Noticing my presence once again, Eve looked at me in the window and happily waved at me. The dog returns from work around the time that the crowd dispersed. Thank you very much for saving Mother earlier. Please, have some tea. I carefully lined the cups with tea in front of our guests.
いい香り。お茶の色も綺麗だね。これってもしかして君が入れてくれたの？
Yes. I only done so because the dog told me to. I still wasn't sure why he had asked me to brew the tea. His poor thanks to serve them the tea that I had made after all the good they had done for us.
じゃあ早速いただきます。
Huh? As if there was nothing unusual to it, you quickly drank the tea without hesitation.
おいしい。すごいな。多分俺が同じ紅茶を入れても渋いだけのものにしかならないよ。これどうやって入れてるの？蒸し方や葉の量にコツがあるとか。指南役はシスターサロメ？
Yes. Tell me the basis of housework and etiquette. Are you feeling alright? You'll need to force yourself to drink it.
え？無理ってなんで？
I mean...
イーブ、お前な、水の一気飲みじゃねえんだぞ。見てろ、こういうのはな、こうやって茶葉の香りを楽しんでから雑談しつつちびちび飲むもんなんだよ。つかお前、さっきろくに冷まさずに飲んだろ。口の中の皮がむけてベロベロになってねえだろうな。ちょい、口開いて見せてみろ。
いやだ、女性の前でそんなはしたない真似できないよ。これぐらい全然平気だって。
It's like, please. First it's the omelets that curse. Yeah, like the eggs. First it's the omelets, now it's the tea. Leave the poor girl alone.
だからそもそも一気飲み自体がはしたねえんだって言ってんだよ。
Oh my, but saying the omelets is omelets first really kind of sent me. He would have sent me more if it wasn't like the situation that we were going through. My mouth hung open slightly from seeing the two of them so lighthearted with each other. Brother of me, Dad, can you believe?
どうだこれで二人がお前を差別するようなやつじゃねえって分かったろ
Amazingly. I wasn't sure about Hugo. Eve I kinda knew. Because it happened 7 days ago. That must have been why Adolph asked me. You know the tea I brewed for them was consumed as soon as I served it, allowed me to breathe a sigh of relief. Mother brought some sweets to the table for our guests, giving us the opportunity for a formal introduction.
それじゃあ改めて自己紹介を。俺はイブ。クーネの方でクルーンっていうどんな雑用でもこなすいわゆる何でも屋さんの店長をやってます。兼業で自警団にも所属してるけどね。ちなみにまだリライバーじゃない人間。年は数え間違ってなければ18かな。
I'm not gonna lie, that's like the thought I was just having when he said I'm not a reliver. I was like, he's not a reliver, right? Because of his eye. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's a valid reason to mention. Because, like, I wonder what gets cloned. Everything get cloned down to, like, the little, like, you know, like, like, blemishes on the body, like, runes and stuff. He's only 18. So young. Yet so
で
close to death.
俺はヒューゴ。同じくクルーンと自警団の二足わらじでクルーンじゃイブの部下で友人。
Nice to meet you all.
出身はシュディだが今はクーネ暮らしのリライバー。年はそこそこおっさんだ。この人吉ともどもよろしく頼む。
Meet you are the Kaloon handyman.
俺たちの店のこと知ってるの？
Yes, even though I've never visited. All I know is that your guild takes care of anything, no matter how difficult. I've also heard from the people of Koan how trustworthy.
へえ、施設からめったに出ないって噂のあんたにまで評判が届いてるとは。俺らも有名になったもんだ。開業した時は全然客が来なくて食うもんにも困ってたのによ。
懐かしいね。あの頃はその辺りの草を引っこ抜いてなんとか調理して食べてたっけ。君はセレスだよね。アドルフから常々話は聞いてるよ。
Yes, I'm sorry for not introducing myself sooner. Thank you very much for taking care of working with it all. I gave a respectful nod to Eve as I stammered out my somewhat awkward introduction.
面白い表現する子だな。確かに俺たちは自警団の仲間として互いに助けられての関係かもね。
まあ間違ってはいねえな。
じゃ自己紹介も終わったことだしそろそろ本題に入るか。
Both sat straight with serious expression.
昨晩近くの路地で起きた大量死事件。俺たちはその第一発見者である君に聞き取り調査をさせてもらいに来たんだ。
Well, we didn't see much. Besides one of the victims staggering into the pile of bodies. Moon the moon became tense.
厳密にはクルーンじゃなく自警団の仕事なんだけどな。
この格好で来させたのは俺の指示だ。クルーンとしての姿の方がああいう暴走しがちな連中を抑えやすい。
He then took out a notepad and pen from his pocket.
君にとっては思い出すのも辛い悲惨な記憶だろうけど無理をしない程度に当時の状況を俺たちに教えてくれないかな。
I was panicking back then, so it's possible that my memory is lacking in parts. But somehow I mustered the strength about the only thing I could do now. I reached my limit, guys. As if I wasn't before. If I'm going to end soon. I'm surprised I even went this long. I told them what led me to the alley, but I saw the gruesome scene. It's just that, like, I haven't been a good stopping point. Especially once things escalated back there in the alley. About every detail I could remember at times, using gestures and words alone could capture the unspeakable evidence.
なるほど。悲鳴や争うような物音は最初から最後まで一切聞こえなかったんだ。
Not as far as I can remember. What brought me there was the sound of dripping blood, which I thought was water.
ってことはその時にはもう大半が死んでたか。最後に死んだ2人はおそらくお前が路地に入る直前に死んだな。
ずーっとむしられた方の可能性がでかいか。
多分ね。殺された方はほとんどが即死だし、何より彼女は犯人の姿を見ていない。
実はな、昨夜死体を回収する際、俺たちなりに軽く見聞してみたんだが、死体の惨状は主に2種類に分かれていた。
一つは被害者の胸が鋭い何かで肉ごとえぐられ、いやむしられたかのような跡がある原因不明の変死死体。
胸にどでかい穴がばっくり開いて、とどめと言わんばかりに心臓の位置に短剣が刺さっていた。こっちは正真正銘他殺死体だな。
So some corpses got their skin carved into, while other corpses, the other half, were stabbed in the chest, where their heart was supposed to be. So it's just a large hole, is what it's saying. So they took their hearts? Sorry, I'm just repeating it because my brain is trying to process. The causes of death sounded similar. The slight difference in them unsettled me and made it hard to breathe.
ひどすぎて危うく夕飯で食った料理吐くかと思ったぜ。あんたよく悲鳴だけで済んだな。
Yo, bro, I didn't know those corpses went through all that.
他の団員たちは普通に吐いてたけどな。たく、揃いも揃って情けね。
I'm sorry, it's just like y'all are weak. All of you. Weak. I mean, I can't believe it.
みんなあの後ちゃんとご飯食べ直したかな。胃を空っぽのままにしてないか心配だね。
俺らの反応が普通なんだよ。あとイブ、心配するところはそこじゃねえ。
The conversation is moving a bit off topic here. So what you're saying is that people in alley did die because of the curse?
ああ、あんたが目撃した通り、全員漏れなく血まみれだ。安らかに息を引き取ったやつはいないね。胸から出血しているって意味では両方共通してるが、
あくまで自主組織に過ぎない俺たちにはこれ以上遺体を調べることができない。検視も被害者たちの身元確認も後から合流するその王族直属の近衛兵たちに任せることになるだろうね。
死体はひとまず葬儀屋に依頼して冷凍保存してもらってる。
多分この衛兵たちの到着は数日後になるだろうし、合流が遅いならこっちもそれまでの時間を有効に使えるね。
ああ、法に反しない範囲で奴らが動く前に撃てる手は撃っておく。気にするなってのは無理があるが、周辺住民からの声や視線は極力無視しろ。
Thanks, I understand. The questioning over, I finally took in a deep breath. So, doll, what's going to happen to them? As long as their deaths are reported to the institute, would they be able to revive as revivers?
どうだろうな。まずは身元が判明しねえとなんともだ。ただあの中に数人、以前巡回の際に見かけた奴がいたが、確かあいつらは遺伝子と記憶、どちらもまだバックアップを取ってなかったはず。そういうことになる。
仮にリライバーとして蘇ることができる被害者がいたとしても、記憶は研究所でバックアップを取った時点のものまでしか再現されない。事件当時、一体あの場で何が起きたのか聞き取ることはまず不可能ね。
Found last night was so outside the norm that everyone... All the teacups on the table were not empty. The expressions on everyone's faces were far from sad. After our conversation, the dolphin and others decided to collect additional accounts before. Since the incident happened near the orphanage, I decided to speak with the events in the split up and began making their way to the facilities. Knowing his way around, the dolphin others showed Hugo to another area of the facility where I led Eva. I was just showing him around, but now I was standing confused in the empty hall. The moment I took my eyes off him, the children grabbed him by the arm and sped away. Oh, got kidnapped by kids. We had become separated so quickly that I was at a loss. He seems to be a very kind person, so I can understand why they took a liking to him. You're still a guest and a member of the corps, so we shouldn't be bothering him while he's on serious business. As I wondered where he could be, I turned the corner to the...
ねえお兄ちゃん、どうしてお兄ちゃんはそんな変なお面をかぶっているの？
I instantly stopped and gasped at the blunt but innocent question. A little further from me was Eve crouching down to meet the children's eye level. One of the young children was staring straight at his mask with curiosity. I knew I should step in and reprimand them for asking again. I have to scold them, but I found myself frozen in place. I had a feeling that I knew the answer.
顔を隠すなんて犯罪者か泥棒ぐらいなんじゃないの？お兄ちゃん、悪い人なの？
いや、そんなことはないと思うんだけどな。
違うなら外して身の潔白を証明してよ。
Suddenly the child reached out to him. Tiny fingers grasped the edge of the mask and covered this mysterious truth beneath. He quickly avoided it just in time, sitting up and out of the reach of the child, holding down the mask with his hand. As though to avoid another request by the child, Eve began to speak.
お兄ちゃんはちょっと昔。
You can see like the redness from slightly on his mask and both of his. It might be. Yeah, because when there's images where you see like there are times when you see him close his eyes and you see like, especially with the eye that's underneath the mask, see the redness.
顔に大きな怪我を負ってね。その後がまだ。
消えずに残ってるんだ。見た人がびっくりしてトラウマにしてしまうぐらいひどい跡だから。誰も怖がらせないように
See, like right there.
この仮面をつけて生活してるんだよ。
はあ。
Perhaps disappointed by the answer, the child turned around and walked off without. What was the child expecting? He looked on with a troubled smile on his face. Or maybe the kid wanted to see the scar. There's some kids out there that the curiosity gets the better of them. And then quickly turned around then.
お
Ryan noticed me standing here quietly. I walked toward him and bowed my head. Sorry, I need to tell him to not be so rude.
仕方ないよ。あの年頃の子は好奇心の塊だしね。俺も昔は大人を質問攻めにしたっけ。それよりちょうどいい機会だから君に聞きたいことがあって。その昨日事件に遭遇する直前、あのリコリス畑で俺と会ったよね。
Not quietly since there's no point in hiding the fact now.
そっか。やっぱり君だったんだね。俺、あの時からずっと君と二人だけで話をしてみたかったんだ。君と俺が初めて出会った昔のことを。
Finally, addressing the past that we had both of. I shared the same sentiment. I wanted to confirm his identity and apologize for it.
もう君もうっすら気づいてると思うけど。
Not yet.
俺は7年前
I was still.
あの火事の中君と一緒にいた。
Still wasn't ready to face that nightmare. Oh. A strange, indescribable smell hit me. Then odor wafting through stopped E from saying anything further. Smells like some kind of medicine. I think it's coming from over there.
アドルフ、ヒューゴ、そっちで何かあったのか。
悪い、気にすんな。うちの悪ガキがやらかしただけだ。
And the sound of those shocked boys, Eve and I took to their heads at the same time.
おい見ろ、床にぶちまけたこのやたらとくせえ液状の薬品。
Oh, it's me though.
これは一体何だ。どっから調達してきた。こんないかにもな実験用の薬品クーネのどこにも売ってねえだろ。
Okay, I think the way they say it's Kuin, not Kuin. They're supposed to say Kuin.
うっせえな。めったに帰ってこねえやつが偉そうに。別にどっからでもいいだろ。
Oh, jeez.
いや、よくねえ。この際出どころは置いておくとしても、お前なんでこの瓶を持ってこそこそ厨房に向かおうとした。まさかとは思うが、何かしらの食品や飲み物に混ぜて誰かに盛ろうとしてたんじゃねえだろうな。
I hear what they're saying, but they're arguing, right?
うん、俺が少し様子を見てくれよ。
Just as Eve was about to see what was going on with the doll, as if calling out to one's beloved, as if sending out a greeting of joy from reuniting again.
サラス!
There's the same trigger of that nightmare, the explosion of crimson light flashing. That's why I said I can't find a good stopping point because things just keep escalating.
まあ、リュカ先生。あの子を心配してお見舞いに来てくださったの？
ええ、 大事な教え子が痛ましい事件に遭遇したと聞いて、いても立ってもいられず。彼女の様子はいかがですか？必要ならば私の方で話を。これは薬品集。サロメさん、子供たちを相手に科学の実験授業でもされているのですか？
You can smell it from out here too.
いいえ、まさか。
What is
基本的にうちの子たちの授業は全て先生に一任していますし、そもそもそんな用途に使える薬品なんてうちの施設には。
seriously, like I know this is going so off topic, but seriously, just put him like in a dress, like just dress him up. Like, he would look really good in a dress, actually. Sorry, I'm just now imagining him wearing traditional female clothes. Yes, Ash dressed up the pretty boy. Listen, okay, need to stop. This is serious business. There's stuff going down. Bad stuff. Oh, that sounded like an explosion. What? Oh my god. The embers flooded in the air as the smell of burning stung my nose. No, Eve, wake up! Eve was laying on his back, and while I couldn't see any major burns, his body was covered in blood and ash. I desperately pumped his chest with my hands in an effort to save him from death. No matter how many times I repeated the process, I had his pulse and his breathing return. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright. Let me calm down.
セレス、もうよせ。交代で処置を始めてから30分は経ってる。イブはもう。
No, I won't give up. He protected me again from the explosion. Now he isn't fair. I was living what happened 7 years ago. That's why this time I need to save him.
よせって言ってんだ。これ以上イブの体を無駄に傷つけるな。
You have my arm and pried me away from Eve's cold body. I slumped down to the floor. Eve just died? Like, wait, is this supposed to happen? Like, Lucas took my place next to Eve and began checking his pulse.
リライバーには。
なれねえよ。こいつはまだバックアップを取ってね。
Lucas put us aside sadly. He seems to be feeling regret for not writing sooner to extinguish the fire.
急ぎ連絡を入れたので、病院の方たちがすぐに到着するかと。死亡判断がしやすいよう服の前を広げても。
俺がやる。下がっててくれ。
Adolf took out his trusted dagger and aimed at me. The moving chest was fully exposed now. Adolf bit his lip with frustration. Then angrily threw the dagger behind him. It's like I'm losing my mind here. Like, I'm trying to play calmly so I can read out the text and stuff. But I'm like, what is going on? What? Is it my fault? Did I do something wrong? But I've only had one choice so far, and that was with Lucas. How? I said before that he was like technically the poster boy, so like people technically look at poster boys as like the canonical root of the game. Like, you know, even though you can romance different love interests, there's usually that one interest that's just like the canonical choice and you can feel it. And the poster boy is supposed to be Eve, but Eve is just dead and he doesn't have a reviver as like a clone as a backup. So I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? He then angrily threw the dagger behind himself.
子供やサロメさんを避難させているヒューゴさんとやらにはこれから報告を。
ああ。だが、どう告げたもんかな。あいつにとってイブは、それこそ世界の何よりも優先するような一番の親友だったんだ。
Through the conversation, most of it was clouding my mind. The only thing I was for certain of was he met me in person, died, looked down at the floor as I went. Wait, this. Now that I'm looking at it more closely, this dagger that Adol threw behind him was right next to me. Dagger. That was the dagger we grasped his handle and stood up quietly. Adolf and Lucas greeted. We're going to go kill ourselves now. I walked outside through the crumpled wall. Without a single soul noticing my departure, I slowly made my way to the field of Icarus. There's no indication that anyone knew she had vanished in the midst of the tragedy. As sharp as the two of them were, they were far too absorbed by the loss of their friend.
イブ君、君には別の養護施設で数回勉強を教えたことがありましたね。その頃から私は君が困った人を決して見捨てないとてもいい子だと尊敬すらしていましたよ。ですがどうやらそれは勘違いだったようです。こんな形で彼女の心に消えない傷を残していくなどなんて。君は悪い子なんだ。
Lucas reached out, lightly laid his palm against each breast as though a young child. Is that a heartbeat just now? Why did I hear a heartbeat? It sounded like something cracked out. I found myself in a familiar place, raising my hands from it. In the brilliant sky, sat alone, shielded by fighters, surrounded by the symbol of death. That fighter is as swayed as I've walked in my decision as one of your own. In my weakened hand was a single dagger that I could barely grasp. That dagger I took from that place. Oh, this is exactly from the beginning. I guess this is it. Words sparked my memory. I really began to recall the faces of all the people I had killed thus far. First, many souls that were lost. A young man of 18 years old who had been in the care of the world. I liked him. I thought of him as my own brother, one who would play with me whenever I wanted. This gentle soul did not receive death's blessing. And the 6 months after our first meeting. Oh yeah, this is from the very beginning, guys. This is what you guys missed. First blood spews from his dying lips. Second, the frail young girl at the orphanage with whom I shared the room and befriended. She was far too young to be loved by death. One morning I awoke in the bed that we slept in together, only to discover the cold, restless body laying next to mine, with eyes rolled back and mouth agape. The young woman who stayed with me out of concern for the grieving girl who had lost two companions in such a short time. The fourth, the friendly twins who fondled over me as though I was their own sister. The fifth, a worker at the orphanage who was unsettled by the sight of my isolated existence. if I counted.
死神だ。あの娘は死神だ。あいつの周囲にいる人間はみんなこの国の呪いが身を蝕む前に殺される。あの火災も大量の死体もあいつが呪いによって引き起こし、
Maybe so. Everything must be my fault. In an incident in the back alley, I killed them with my powers of death. What else could it be but the one responsible for the deaths of those who were kind to me? I positioned the dagger in my hand, a dagger that was his treasure, not mine. The full light that gleamed from it felt to me like the warmth of a pointed to my neck. I didn't let fear take hold of me now. With each passing day, I lived as death. More lives were lost, melting away and scattering like rifles. They wilted, they scattered, they went up in flames. I could no longer bear it. Dear God, I've killed so many people. I accept that I am a sinner. I have no right to live again. I straightened my grip on the hilt of the dagger to stop my hands from shaking. As a single teardrop fell, I brought it toward my throat.
ほう。死神の少女が死の花園にてその命を散らすか。実に惹かれる光景だが、いささかそれは請求だ。
This is new. He appeared before me suddenly. This is new.
仮にも自らを神だと名乗るなら、行為の存在らしく、もっとずぶとく傲慢に。人間たちを陥れ、嘲笑いながら生きても許されると思うけれどね。
He gave a wide grin as his red eyes curved. He reached out to me with a frail hand. His bare fingers wrapped around the blade of the dagger toward my throat, spilling a significant amount of his own blood. I've been angry to be robbed of a death I wanted. I'm bleeding. I tried to kill myself so that no one else would come to harm. It makes sense for someone to die alongside me. Let go right now. You stop the bleeding.
やれやれ。優しいのは結構だが、落ち着きたまえ。言ったろ。もっと君はずぶとく傲慢であるべきだ。
Traced over my lips like lipstick, painting them red. An indescribable shiver ran down my spine, preventing me from moving away. Blood on his finger dripped down my lips and into my mouth. Instead of iron, it tasted like sweet nectar. What is he? What is this?
私は人ではないからね。
Oh, it's like he answered my question.
だから、
He heard me.
現世で受けた傷などすぐに塞がる。
I was about to ask him more. Your wounds already healed? The mysterious man had a bewitching presence that didn't seem to be of this world. He smiled eerily and spoke.
はじめまして、死神のお嬢さん。私はこの国の死の番人、アンクー。悲劇に嘆く麗しい姫君に、とある契約を持ちかけるべく冥界より馳せ参じた。私との約束を果たしたら、君を普通の女の子に生まれ変わらせてあげよう。
ひとひらに願いを乗せて指先から染まる黒よ絶望さえ愛しいほどに
can come back then. Chapter 2.
追いかけっこだと鬼は笑う。
Okay, I can't access the menu right now, so I have to do a little introduction. But now that we've gotten to chapter 2, it's a safe time to call it.
だがし
But I
かし
can't save yet. So.
どこかの国では追う方こそが鬼だと呼ばれるものらしい。あながちそれは間違っていないだろう。命を借り逃げる鬼を追い、怪物となった子供は罪なき手のひらにナイフを握る。
はじめまして、死神のお嬢さん。
Okay, now I can access. I wanna keep going if I'm totally honest, or just like this. It's just too much. Thank you. We're still on the common route because, of course, the common routes in the Otome games take forever. But others are like instant. But yeah, that was let me go back to. Can I see the flowchart actually? What's my status and everything? Oh, I see. Eve, Lucas, Matthias. That's only 4 out of 6. Sorry, not Matthias. Not this. But we haven't really. We only have one choice, and it's with Lucas. And I think I didn't get his infection from it. We haven't met Xian yet. Oh, was he the researcher? He looks like he's drinking from like a test tube, so maybe. And we saw Mathis in a cutscene. He seemed like I think he was researching about Sis. And Eve's dead. Technically speaking, he's dead, and he can't be a reliver. So I don't know. But obviously, he can't be dead. And there was that heartbeat I heard, but then that's so confusing because he was dead for like a good 30 minutes. Was he? Like they said, he was dead for. I don't know, man. Anyways, that was Virche, Evermore, your era of salvation.